I made an entire 5-track EP in 4 months, and it comes out tonight, but it doesn't exactly end the way you might expect it to. There's no big finish, no dramatic moment of closure. Instead, the 19-minute long project ends with a 1-minute spoken word poem featuring distorted vocals, dramatically warped orchestral sounds, and piercing lyrics. Times change, but we do not. A lesson I've learned from the study of our forefathers. The piece opens with a biting assessment of the human condition, this unyielding, almost unstoppable urge to control, destroy, and own, especially once power over individuals is taken into account. It then takes an introspective turn, looking at myself, my place in this world, how lost I feel sometimes, and then how my personal situations play into this. It's interesting that when I consider the state of the world in political and social terms, all the issues that I have in my own personal life suddenly seem so insignificant. The poem then later explores how, in the grand scheme of things, when we take into account the scale of the world and the scale of the universe, every one of us is just totally insignificant. The poem was written on a lunch break that I took in the Eastside Park, but it started a few weeks earlier in class when we analysed the poem Moloch. That's when I came up with the opening line, "Times change, but we do not." I then developed out the idea a little bit more on that lunch break. If you don't know the Eastside Park, it's a relatively small park in the end of Warschauerstrasse, right next to a huge stretch of the Berlin Wall. From the park, you can look all the way down the river to Mitte and across the street to Kreuzberg. It's a slightly surreal place just to be drinking an iced tea next to the Berlin Wall, but it's also very inspirational for me as an artist. Huge swathes that the poem came from that one moment, just sitting next to the Berlin Wall, thinking that despite the many years that divide its initial construction and the modern day, we as a human species just really haven't changed in any way. We still divide peoples, we still seek political power, and our supposed leaders will clutch onto that political power by any means necessary and would sooner watch the world burn than face up to the challenges of their jobs. As I've said, this entire EP is basically my life story up until now, so a political statement in a very blatant way was the only real right way to end the project. And in just 12 hours, you'll be able to hear the entire thing from start to finish. So I hope you'll follow along, because we're nearly there, and it means so much to me that you're here. Legora, Ora.